NASA is preparing for a major transition in space. The International Space Station has been a symbol of global cooperation and discovery for over 2 decades, but the ISS is aging, and NASA plans to retire it around 2030, guiding it to burn up over the Pacific Ocean. NASA will shift focus to the Moon and Mars, while private companies take over low Earth orbit. By supporting commercial stations, NASA hopes to foster a thriving space economy. The ISS's legacy will live on as the foundation for a new era of exploration. The sun may be setting on the ISS, but a new dawn is coming for space. With the ISS's retirement on the horizon, private companies are racing to build the next generation of space stations. NASA's Commercial LEO Destinations program is funding several contenders to ensure there's no gap in American access to space. These new stations will be owned and operated by companies, with NASA as a paying customer. Blue Origin's Orbital Reef aims to be a business park in space, offering research, manufacturing, and tourism. Axiom Space is building modules that will first attach to the ISS, then detach to form an independent station. Voyager Space with Airbus is developing Starlab, a continuously crewed science park. All three are following a modular approach, launching pieces to be assembled in orbit much like the ISS. But this method is slow and expensive, requiring multiple launches and complex assembly. Enter SpaceX with a radically different idea. Starship, their massive, fully reusable rocket, could launch an entire habitat in a single flight. Though not part of NASA's initial funding, Starship's potential is turning heads across the industry. Its size and reusability could make space stations cheaper and faster to deploy. The commercial space race is no longer just about rockets, it's about who will build the next home for humanity in orbit. NASA's bet is that competition will drive innovation and lower costs. The future of space stations is diverse: modular labs, business parks, and perhaps even Starship-based habitats. The private sector is poised to transform low Earth orbit into a bustling hub of activity. The era of government-owned stations is ending, the age of commercial space is here. The countdown to the next space station has already begun. SpaceX's Starship is more than a rocket, it's a game-changer for space infrastructure. Developed in Texas, Starship is designed to be fully reusable, dramatically lowering launch costs. Its sheer size is unprecedented, 121 meters tall, with a pressurized volume rivaling the entire ISS. While the ISS took decades and dozens of launches to assemble, Starship could deliver a similar habitat in one flight. Starship's versatility is key. It's built for the Moon, Mars, and beyond, but it can also serve as a space station. Outfitted with life support, labs, and living quarters, it could host astronauts in orbit for months. SpaceX's rapid iterative development, build, test, learn, has accelerated progress. Failures are seen as steps toward success, allowing for quick improvements. This approach contrasts with traditional aerospace, which is slower and more risk-averse. Starship's potential to launch large, integrated habitats could disrupt the entire space station industry. It's not just a vehicle, it's a platform for the future of human spaceflight. As Starship advances, the line between rocket and space station begins to blur. The next leap in orbital living may come from a single giant launch. Comparing Starship to the ISS reveals a revolution in how we build in space. The ISS required over 40 assembly flights and years of complex construction. Starship could launch a fully integrated station in one go, no assembly required. This slashes costs, complexity, and time, making orbital habitats accessible to more users. The ISS cost over $150 billion. Starship aims to cut launch costs to a fraction of that. A Starship station would be modern, unified, and easily upgradable, unlike the patchwork ISS. Its design allows for efficient interiors and the latest technology. Starship's reusability could even enable stations to return to Earth for upgrades, impossible for the ISS. The future of space stations is faster, cheaper, and more flexible. Starship is poised to redefine what's possible in orbit. The ISS has surpassed its expected lifespan, with modules dating back to 1998. Constant maintenance now consumes much of the crew's time and NASA's budget. Structural fatigue, small cracks, and air leaks are growing concerns. The harsh space environment has taken its toll, increasing the risk of serious failures. Operating costs are unsustainable, limiting NASA's ability to pursue new missions. NASA's focus is shifting to the Moon and Mars, requiring massive investment. Geopolitical tensions add uncertainty to international partnerships. Transitioning to commercial stations ensures reliable, independent access to orbit. The ISS's retirement is necessary for the next era of exploration. NASA's new strategy is to buy services from private companies, not own the hardware. This began with commercial cargo and crew programs, saving money and restoring U.S. launch capability. Now, NASA is applying this model to space stations, funding companies to develop their own platforms. The goal: a competitive market where NASA is just one of many customers. This frees up resources for deep space exploration, like Artemis missions to the Moon and Mars. By handing off low Earth orbit to industry, NASA can focus on pushing the frontier. The future of space is public-private partnership, not government monopoly. This shift is unlocking new possibilities for science and exploration. The future of space is a diverse ecosystem of commercial stations, not a single government outpost. Modular labs, business parks, and Starship-based habitats will serve research, manufacturing, and tourism. Starship's ability to launch entire habitats could create sprawling orbital complexes. Imagine starships linked together: labs, hotels, factories, all in orbit. Lower launch costs will open space to universities, tech firms, and even entertainment. This virtuous cycle, more access, more activity, lower costs, will fuel a booming space economy. Challenges remain. Life support, refueling, and legal frameworks must be solved. But the momentum is unstoppable. The end of the ISS marks the start of a new era, one where space is open for business, science, and adventure. Humanity's next chapter in orbit is just beginning.